95% of marketers say that webinars are an important part of their strategy. But you can't just check off a box, dear audience. If you want everything a good webinar can bring you, well, you gotta make sure the webinar is good. I'm Nick from Powtoon, and today we're going over my 5 tips for engaging, successful visual webinars. Like the video, subscribe for more awesomeness, and let's dive right in. Tip number 1 is to create a compelling deck. I've got other videos that talk about that, but of course you could always start with a template. I believe we even have a webinar template right here. Virtual webinar event. So I just clicked Edit in Studio, and this launches the Powtoon Studio, and I can go in and customize that there. Or if I've got a deck already, then I can go in and just make sure that it's really optimized to be given as a presentation. When you're presenting a Powtoon, you're advancing the slide is just going to move it to the last second of your slide. So you're going to want to make sure that everything, all the action happens on the left side of this last second of your slide. Or of course you can always add time to a slide, just like that. Another really important tip, remove this soundtrack. If you want to put audio on a specific slide, then you can do that right here. Sound, go to Premium Music, look for a soundtrack I like. Beautiful. We're going to use this on this one slide. So I'm going to click Use, and I'm going to say this slide only. So now I've got audio on this slide if I want to have a soundtrack there. But that way it's not going to be drowning you out when you're trying to connect with your audience. One other thing you can do, of course, if you don't want to work with a pre-designed template, that's fine. We've actually got these awesome scenes here that you can use. One click and you've got it. Yes, continue. Boom, right there. So these are pre-designed for you. Another thing to think about, why not use, instead of a wall of text for people, why not use some characters? And look through these poses here for all of the different emotions, you know, so that you can really show something rather than tell it. Tip number 2, practice delivering your deck with Powtoon Capture. This is super simple. Just from the studio, click Present Mode, and then launch Powtoon Capture, our Google Chrome extension to record your screen, your camera, or both. Put it in record mode, put it right here at the corner here. Hit record. It's going to give you a little countdown. And when you're ready, tab through your slides like you would if you were giving your presentation. Practice speaking directly into the camera and making eye contact with the camera. It's going to make a big difference on your performance. And you can even share this recording when you're done with colleagues to get their feedback, and you can review it to see where you're weak, where you can improve, and all of that. It's very, very easy. When you're done recording, all you need to do is click stop right here, or you can click the Powtoon Capture logo up in your Google Chrome interface, toolbar, up here. Retitle your recording like this. And use these share links to share it with your colleagues for their feedback. Tip number 3, get to know your platform. What are you using? Go to Webinar, Zoom. All of these platforms provide slightly different feature sets, but you want to familiarize yourself with the screen sharing, the camera settings, and any other technical items you may want to make use of. Do this early and often, and don't be afraid to ask questions or search through the platform's help centers. And the other big thing to think about is the kind of interactivity that these platforms offer, which brings us to our next tip. Okay, so you have a beautifully visually designed deck. You're confident in your performance. You've practiced it, you've shared it with colleagues, and you're familiar with the platform, and so you feel confident in your ability to pull off the technical performance. Now it's time to think about how to leverage polls, live chat, questions, and breakout sessions to make your webinar even more engaging. And actually, it goes much farther than just increasing engagement with your audience. The chats and questions are a really great place to take the temperature of your audience. You can learn the questions that they have, the difficulties they face, what kinds of solutions they need, even the language that they're using. You can gather intelligence about the marketplace and even testimonial quotes from folks joining your webinars with nice things to say. Depending on the size of your audience and the staff you have available, you may even find it useful to break into smaller groups to forge an even closer connection with your audience. Tip number 5, what happens after the big day? The best webinars not only engage you during the big show, but they know how to keep you connected with follow-up communications, shareable on-demand replays, and of course, gated on-demand lead capture content. I happen to hold webinars on a regular basis, so if you've made it this far through this video, you might be interested in taking a look at our webinar playlist. And as always, let me know in the comments below how your next webinar happens to go. This is Nick from Powtoon, signing off. Bonsoir, mon ami.